Okay, that's the same newspaper. This looks really super tasty. See, again, you can really see how, like, if anybody was going to say muddy textures, I would say these are really muddy textures. Um, okay. Or they are really stuck on this idea of empty boxes all over the place in this game. My gosh. So what do we have in here? Combat rifle ammo. Okay, whatever. Ooh. I guess. Oh yes, a futon-like bed, just like I like. Let's look at this ebook first. The Intelligence Circuit. Excerpted from a talk given by Hugh Darrow at the 2020 Human Plus conference in San Jose. We get carried away with the idea of bolting robot arms and legs to our fleshy torsos, but I firmly believe that the real core of what we can innovate lies within our meat, more specifically in our brains. Deep brain implants are the way in which the human machine can truly be supercharged. Consider our gray matter. Our neural DNA has been imprinted with a mammoth amount of information, allowing us to parallel process huge and complex data sets in quick order. But for all that, our wet memory is patchy and sporadic. We lack the ability to communicate data in complete fashion. Through the use of cognitive enhancement implants providing nootropic stimuli, we are capable of creating a new level of neural synchrony that can effectively boost brain capacity, and via wireless data parsing subsystems, a form of radio telepathy is a real and viable concept. Faster brains processing more data, reacting quicker, capable of streaming that data in real time to others similarly accelerated post-humans. This is the real frontier. So, yeah, perhaps. Of course, then you have to consider other issues, such as what if somebody hacks in, who has access to your neural system, if you commit a crime due to somebody else giving you suggestions or something like that, then who is responsible, really? There's all sorts of issues like that. At the same time, you can also, you can make the argument. What's this? Oh, combat rifle. Alrighty. You can make the argument. Well, I'll give the example of Demolition Man, the movie Demolition Man, and how they basically used virtual sex, or they used headsets to perform sexual activity directly through the brain rather than any physical contact. But an interesting point is that they really actually brought up is that one thing about that, it was introduced, in order to eliminate, STI, sexually transmitted infections, because there had been so many epidemics about that. And of course, to some extent, that's actually true. And yes, doing that would in fact be a positive as far as, minimizing medical exposure. And not just sex. I mean, the same thing is true with respect to other types of medical diagnosis. That's one reason why right now, some Japanese scientists have actually developed touchable holograms by combining, they altered the Wiimotes, Nintendo's Wiimote for the Nintendo Wii. They used that and altered its functions, and then combined it with hypersonics so that a holographic item could actually give the sense of touch. And their point was that this could be used to make like a holographic button rather than a physical button to do things in a hospital, so that you wouldn't actually touch things and you would maintain, sanitary conditions, which is true. Think about how often you touch stuff and there could be germs all over it of one type, or bacteria or whatever, one type of or another, that thus leads to the transmission of disease, oftentimes unintentionally. But is this a good thing? The end result might be good, but what are the other possible, consequences to it? So, we should be thinking about things like this, because that's actually where we're at, is developing stuff like this. So here's another ebook. Advanced Clock Building. Ingenious Mechanical Devices. The Automata of Al-Jazari. Al-Jazari's so-called elephant clock, conceived in 1206, was not only the first iteration of a water-powered timepiece capable of accurately registering the hours of the day in their irregular lengths, but also first to utilize the aesthetic device of clockwork automata, a chirping bird and humans striking a cymbal. The length of the clock's hourly intervals could be programmed by the adjustment of a flow regulator mechanism. Al-Jazari's later designs, building on his works with hydro-powered automata and detailed in his writings appearing in his Book of Knowledge of Ingenious Mechanical Devices, would include the castle clock. This mechanism is widely regarded by many scholars as history's first programmable mechanical, nay analog, computer system. And in addition to showing the passage of time, it also featured a display of the celestial zodiac and the orbits of the sun and the moon. What I was starting to say earlier about academic references is that I'll try to get some time to add some more. I don't know that I'll have the time, though. I have to get back to finishing my Alice playthrough, my Alice Madness Returns playthrough, and then fall term is on, and as I said, I'm a doctoral student. At the end of taking my final courses leading up to my dissertation proposal and defense, I'm in the last year of courses, so I'm rather busy. Plus, there's lots of other issues, too, But anyway, I'll do what I can. If I get a chance to, I will. But I have to pick and choose. And to be honest, this game, I'm kind of disappointed with this game so far. This is interesting. Living with your new cybernetic prosthetic. Okay. The book here on the desk. So let's see what Adam's got in his emails. Oh, okay. Cutscene. Never mind.
Pritchard, the hub's connected.
I know. Now be quiet and let me concentrate.
I need his name, Pritchard, not his entire genetic history.
That's not his DNA. It's the data he was trying to steal from us before he... My God, Jensen. Your suicide hacker didn't kill himself.
You obviously didn't see his brain splattered all over the floor.
No, you don't understand. The wet drive modification in this chip, it allows someone to hack through you. It turns you quite literally into a human proxy.
So he wasn't working alone. Someone off-site was doing the actual hacking.
Exactly. And whoever it was tried to hide his location by using multiple satellites. But I may have just traced him to here, an abandoned factory complex in Highland Park.
Get me the address, Pritchard. Because if we're lucky, whoever pulled our terrorist strings might still be there.
Okay. Let's see. Here's... email from Sherry to me. Mirror, Mr. Jensen, in respect to your latest reminder to have the mirror in your bathroom replaced, may I remind you, once again, that the item is on back order. The situation is out of our hands, and no amount of pestering will make it arrive any sooner. And while on the subject, we are still unclear as to how precisely this mirror came to be damaged. Perhaps you can enlighten us? Thank you, Sherry Terhorst. T. Gonzalez at sicorp.detroit. Okay, Adam Jensen. Let's see. Your dog. Your dog. Adam, I'm so sorry. When Megan died, nobody knew what to do with Kubrick, so I took him in. But I couldn't keep him, and nobody knew if he'd wake up, so didn't know what else to do. I'm really sorry. He was a sweet dog. So she put him to sleep? I guess they don't have animal shelters in the future. Okay. Okay, so from Athene, welcome home. Hello, Adam. This just a quick note. How about this is just a quick note to welcome you to your new apartment on behalf of Seraph Industries. If you need anything or something is not satisfactory, please do not hesitate to let me know, and I will pass it on to the building management. You will notice there is a hidey hole of sorts built into the wall. The code for this is 5375. If your key is lost or damaged, I have a backup. Mr. Seraph does also, but try to reach me first. The lease is for a year and has been prepaid in full. You shouldn't receive any questions about rent, but if you do, please feel free to refer them to me. I wish you many happy years in your new home. You know, one weird thing about these emails, if I remember correctly, it's been a few years since I played the original game, but the original game, I believe, had date and time stamped emails, which of course is a standard for email. In fact, that's why it's used very often within organizations as the preferred mode
Nice
of
work,
communications.
Adam. Frank tells me you also shut down a transmission that was coming from Derelict Row?
Yeah, I did. What was that?
It was keeping an open back door into our network.
So somebody could get in and obtain our passcodes anytime they want. I guess Francis owes me one.
Don't make him sweat it. I want you to focus on finding the bastards who attacked us. Farida, are you there?
On the line, boss. Jensen, you reading me?
Loud and clear.
Meet me near that antenna you shut down in Derelict Row.
Great.
I'm doing a flyover to make sure everything's okay, and I can pick you up there.
On my way.
Armor piercing system, okay. Well, grab the credit chips. Well, this is an entire shelf taken with stuff that we can't actually pick up. Great. Gosh, you think they're kind of pushing you to take the, to take the 10mm? Oh, forget that, man. But, anyway, I think I pretty much have everything else, unless I want to take stuff and sell it off, which I don't, really. So here's the mirror. What's this say? Call landlord regarding replacement mirror again. Oh, okay. Well, my guess would be that he probably punched it when seeing his changed self after augmentation. But, you know, we don't know for sure, unless we get a flashback at some point in time. Alrighty, anyhow. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop here for now, folks. And honestly, yeah, I actually really have to think about like what I want to take with me and what I want to do with my Augs too, because he's kind of running out of space in a really major way. So I'm not so sure exactly what to do about this. But this is getting to be, you know, kind of severe here. Yeah. So that'll be something that I really have to think about. So I'll see everybody a little bit later on, I guess.